Modern dating culture is changing fast and not always in healthy ways. Hey!
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to Live, Love, and Marry Wiser. We have seen so many relationships go over the edge that we couldn't remain silent. We are committed to building better fences at the cliff, so we need fewer ambulances in the valley.
Yeah.
So with me today to have this conversation, my fence building with wise friends, Onita and Ebony. Hey, y'all.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. How you doing, Lo?
I am doing well. Hey, Taylor is in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
Get your friends over here. This is going to be a good one.
Hey,
Yes.
Not to suggest other ones weren't good, but this one's really good.
It's age appropriate, Tay. I'm telling you.
So, welcome. We are happy to have you here. If you want to get caught up on my social dating life, stay with us till the end. If you weren't here last week, then you don't know that we've made some changes to the podcast, and we'll fill you in on that later because we want to dive into our topic. It's going to be good, y'all. This is our live Tuesday. Going forward, we're only going to be live on Tuesdays and probably special, occasions or whatever, but live on the fourth Tuesday of the month. And that's when we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take some trending topics and we're just going to do like little nuggets. We're not going to do a whole episode about it. We're just going to share a little bit. Some things you might have heard of, some maybe not, some that we probably hadn't heard of till we researched it.
Yeah.
But we want to bring some relevant topics to you. So that today is going to be our first day doing that. And then you also can ask questions and we'll give you a email address where you can send your questions going forward so that if you want us to deal with a specific topic, maybe you want to be anonymous, that's all good. But today we are talking about some interesting dating trends. There are some new dating rules or ways of dating that are pretty interesting. And so I want to start. Each of us are going to bring you an interesting one. And we're just going to talk about it. And you can hit us up in the chat as well. Okay. How many people have heard of hot take dating?
Never.
Not never. Double negative. Not never.
Today's
Taylor.
years old.
Today you're
Taylor, have you heard of hot take dating? Let me know in the chat. We're not just dating people anymore. We're dating ideologies. We're dating trends. We're dating trauma responses. We're dating social media narratives. And then we're confused why connection feels so hard.
Yes.
Okay. So let me give you a working definition of hot take dating. This is it's not hilarious. It's kind of funny. Hot take dating, you ready for this? Refers to forming dating opinions, standards, and behaviors based on viral opinions, social media sound bites, and cultural narratives instead of wisdom, discernment, or lived relational experiences. And you're saying, what does that mean, Lorraine?
Yes.
Yeah. Saying that.
Let me give you an example of like social media driven standards. If he doesn't pay for everything, he's not my man.
Okay.
If she asks for provision, she's a gold digger. Real men don't need women. Independent women don't need men. If he doesn't lead spiritually, dump him immediately. Now, if we we might need some context around that one.
Yeah,
We need
yes.
to flesh that one out. We need to flesh
We
that one
actually have a topic later that we're going to talk about that might have some. Here's some viral identity narratives. Men are trash. Women only want money. Marriage is a scam. I've heard that a
out.
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships are prisons. I never heard the prison word, but I heard it in that context. Monogamy isn't natural. How many times have you
Oh,
ever heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Okay, now these I've heard some of these. These are dating rules from sound bites. Never text first. This is women. Never text first. Actually, I think men. So now nobody's texting because nobody can text first. But women, particularly, never text first. Never show interest first. This never need anyone.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that one?
Mm-hmm.
Always stay mysterious.
What?
Yeah. And now here's some this is the last ones I'll share with you because I was just like, I need some examples of what this means.
Right.
Trauma-driven absolutes. Okay. All men cheat,
Mm-hmm.
all women manipulate, trust no one, love makes you weak. This is it's a good one in the sense of I've heard this and it's really dangerous. Vulnerability is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now let's throw some God into it. God will send your spouse without you having to heal.
No.
What?
No.
If it's God, it will be easy.
Oh, I've heard that.
Ebony's mouth is like, have you met him?
Right.
If she's godly, she'll submit without leadership. Yeah, heard some of that.
Mm.
Just pray. Just pray. That's all you gotta do. Just pray. Okay. So I just gave you all a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it, man. Hot take dating. So I'm just gonna start by saying that if you are basing your dating decisions on social media, on viral content, on your trauma, on even the sound bites from church, then I promise you are heading to the edge of a cliff that don't got a fence on it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I promise you that you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you about to die. You about to drive right off, full speed ahead.
I'm gonna stop right there and let y'all jump in.
Yeah, you removed the brakes and everything. You just went up there. You pushed on in that car. You just
Say you removed the brakes. It's not a
no anti-lock brake system, nothing. You just full speed ahead because go. Because the reality is, and it's sad because the reality, like you said, you're allowing social media to dictate how you show up in life and how you make a very important decision. And the sad truth, this is for Christians and non-Christians. Yeah. This is for people who believe in God and know that we're created in his image and that culturally we are to walk in his image. But even still, hey, to your point, some of these things, I'd rather be ultra independent. I don't need a man. Also, I'm just going to pray about it. Meaning the Bible doesn't tell us to guard your heart if I'm just going to pray about it. Because you just out there accepting any and everything. Well, there's a whole lot that the Bible says. And it ain't just to pray. Because also we know too that a lot of times we pray only what we want to say and what we want. And if it don't show up that way, it's like, well, maybe God, we'll go ahead and excuse it anyway. We'll just go ahead and keep allowing it because I prayed about it. Well, I prayed about it. Did you listen? Did you hear God respond?
Did you listen to the answer there? Because were you just talking?
Because a lot of signs have come up. I've seen a lot of red flags, and you keep moving forward. You keep moving forward, and this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is scary. And if you want something substantial, put it that way. If you are just trying to play around and that's the way you live in, great. But most people, especially at a certain age, you're dating for something. You want a serious relationship. You want longevity. This can't be the way you're operating. This can't be it. And to see that it's such a high take dating. Some of
Hot
those
take.
stages, Lorraine, we've heard, and we've been Lorraine, Ebony and I have been in our marriages for a long time. We've heard them. I've heard them, some of them, but some of the stuff I've not heard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some
Um, and I didn't know it was people's prevailing thought. Like this is how they're out there operating in the dating scene. And
Yeah.
so it's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. That's a really good point. I'm gonna give it to Ebony, but I just want to say, you don't, when you hear it, you don't think, oh, this is the prevailing thought. You
Mhm.
just think, oh, that person, they, they wilding, they just don't understand. They had some trauma, they had some hurts,
Right.
But then you're just like, oh, it's a whole thing. Like, because I was on YouTube, like, okay, let me look it up. Yeah. There's a lot of people talking about Ebony.
Yeah, because like people want the results but don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
That's what all that hot take stuff is. I don't need a man. You don't have to be vulnerable. Like in order to show up well in a relationship, you got to do the work on yourself because all of us got stuff. None of us are coming to any relationship like picture perfect. But all of that stuff is just, it's a way out to not have to do the work on ourselves and to
Yes.
be able to then blame something else when things don't go right.
Right.
Yeah.
Our relationship didn't work because she was too masculine. Our relationship didn't work because he was lazy. He wanted a mama. He didn't want a wife. You know what I'm saying? It's all of that is. It's just it's an out before they get in.
Yes.
That's all that it is.
Yes. And
That's all.
and it gives me an excuse to not be accountable for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not taking no accountability because now I'm just going to use one of these phrases to say this is why.
Yep.
This is why, girl. He
Yep.
was,
Yep.
he want to be with his boys all the time, mind you. You do want to keep a separate life, even though you're dating. Doesn't mean cut off all your friends and all the things. But I'm not trying to be accountable. Is what this is. I don't want to have to really, like you said, Ebony, deal with who I am, deal with my mess. So I'm just gonna have an excuse already ready before we even get too far into it. And I believe this is why a lot of people find themselves in situationships.
Yeah. Because I mean, you think about the fact you are getting life advice. Like one of the biggest decisions that you make in life is who you're going to marry, who you're going to be, associated with, tied to, committed to for the rest of your life. And you're making decisions off of a 30-second reel.
Yes.
Say what now? From somebody that you don't know.
You don't even know. That's what I was about to say.
Even know. That person would pass you in the street and keep it pushing.
Right.
And you let them make your whole life decision.
And you don't even know what their relationship history looks like.
No idea. But some of these folks we do know because they living their lives out on social media on their third, fourth, and fifth marriage.
We get
right? We'll keep it stacked, third, fourth, fifth marriage. Are you gonna listen to them? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Because what's happening over here that they can't hold it together, but you're gonna listen to them because what they're saying aligns with your laziness. What they're saying aligns with your desire not to do the work. And so if you're looking for that sound bite, that's going to give you the out that you're looking for, so you don't have to do the work.
That's it. I just want to say, be careful of your algorithm. Be careful of your algorithm.
That's right. That's right. Because the problem that takes it even deeper is that at first you might just be repeating stuff that you heard, but the more you say that stuff out loud, the more you start believing it. And now you living in that space.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. And it's just like, all men cheat? Because you met like 5 men in your life. All men cheat?
Right.
All women are gold diggers? Bruh, you got like $30 in the bank. I don't. What you talking about?
Right.
You don't even want to pay for dinner.
Like, come on.
That's gold digging. I just want you asked me out for a meal. I thought you might pay for it. That's it. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like you
all women are gold diggers. They ain't digging for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to stack a little more before you You
Hey,
coming in that
Susan.
space of being attractive like that. It's
Right.
and that's the other thing that's so wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, are you gonna think for yourself? Like
Right.
if
Now,
because
now, why would we do
let's
that?
stay with the gold digger, right? Like if a woman is really a gold digger, right? She knows who she's after,
Right.
Yes.
right? If you know that you don't fit that profile, make it make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
So this woman that appears to be, attracted to you, or you trying to move into a relationship with, and she appears to be like moving along with you, you
Mm-hmm.
holding that mindset that every woman is a gold digger, you ain't got nothing to dig. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that
True.
doesn't make sense.
Nothing to
But
dig.
because you are so aligned to and so married to that false narrative, you're going to destroy a potentially good relationship because you're holding on to something that's not even true.
Right.
Wild to me.
It's
Wow.
It's
very,
Wow.
wild to me.
it's very wild. It's
Yeah.
very
Wow.
okay. So that's hot take dating. Now, let us know in the chat. This is another thing. If you want us to actually have a whole episode on this stuff where we would dig a little bit deeper, but we're just going, hit it quick and then, and then, and then we're going and then we're gonna move on. All right. Oh, what you got for us? What you got? What you got?
That took a second to land. That took a second to land.
Take a second.
Bring us
Yeah,
some crazy dating story.
well, and I say,
Crazy.
well, the craziness is that I'm seeing a recurring thing where, and I, my baby girl, I know none of her friends watching, but she tells me a lot. I hear a lot from her generation, and then I know a lot of women who are older where they're dating, but they're never together, and they're not
Mm,
posting you're not on their profile. They're not posting you, and social media is big. And so my question is you is or is you ain't my baby? Because if we know, like once you put on a profile, that's we together. But I'm talking about we
Mm,
together, everybody knows. But at first it was like, oh, okay, like two shifts passing the night because I keep hearing he's so busy, girl, and I'm so busy, and and this is going from the early dating on up to we married.
mm. No, we're not getting
Okay?
married.
We're not married.
I don't
Married.
pass a whole lot of ships while I'm single. I ain't trying to
yeah.
pass no ships while I'm
Right.
married.
And so, one, again, why this show exists, if that is the flow of your relationship in the dating, understand it's going to amplify marriage.
Mm.
Period.
If we passing ships and I'm always too busy, he always too busy. He can barely return a call or a text. When people have their phone in their hand all the time, watch the signs. If we together and your phone never leave your hand, now you confirm
Mhm,
for me that when I've texted you or called you, you just ignored it. As the kids
mhm,
say, you left me undelivered.
mhm.
And he left me undelivered. If
Mhm.
that we've taken date nights, I know we took a couple of photos. I like to keep things private. I can't post you and you don't post me.
We ain't.
I ain't your baby.
I ain't your
I mean,
baby.
I
I
don't
ain't
know.
your
What
baby.
y'all take on this? What y'all take on this?
That's my take on it. That this is my perspective, and I've had this for a long time. That if I when I start dating, that
Sweet life.
someone he's right around the corner. I just saw him over there. He right around the corner.
Yes.
When I start dating, I'm gonna keep it down low for a minute. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all will know. I don't know if I'm even say it on the podcast right away.
You gonna be like
But,
Latarius?
huh?
You be like Latarius and put his hand on the
No,
podcast?
no, we're not gonna do that. but
Yeah.
when we are in a position where it's like we've both decided, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whether that comes after a month or it comes after 3 months, if it don't come, like
Right. Right.
you know, we grown, then at that point we need to be public. I need to be, like I don't even have my status on there now, even as single, but I
Right.
sure will have it then. Take
Right.
him. Like there he is. He right there. He's the lucky one. Y'all missed out. Boo boo. No, I'm gonna be all up on this stuff. So I'm not having no secret man, no secret, none of that. Like we're gonna yeah. Yeah, definitely not. But we're definitely going to take a few weeks, just to kind of see that this is really going in the direction, because I don't feel the need to be having everybody in it and then you break up. And then you can't guarantee, but you hear the voice of the Lord saying, yes, go forward. And when the Lord say, yeah, then everybody else gonna see him. Like and everybody else gonna see me on his Facebook page.
So like for us, Michael and I, we've been together 30 years, been married 28. And he doesn't do social media. He doesn't, he's not like, post my picture, I'll post your picture. Like, that's just not his thing.
Yeah.
But the bigger issue for me is that whole, we always passing,
Yeah.
He's not making time for you, or she's not, they're not making time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or, every time you call or text, there's a, that delayed response. Oh, I was busy, or oh, I was this, or oh, I was that. Because, and Cassandra said it in the chat, you don't marry or date potential.
Nope.
And so it's like, oh, this is how you showing up now. Then what's going to switch when we get married? That now you're going to make, oh, let me be super attentive.
Right.
Let me be, let me, show up well, or let me respond. It's because once you're married, like you've already, you set the table that this is how, we're going to be. Start out how you're going to hold out.
Right.
That's right.
And it's the same. It's not just for behaviors, but it's also for expectations.
Yes.
And so if you expect your person to be like responsive, and you expect a certain amount of time together, whatever it is, y'all need to talk about that while you're dating.
Yes.
And if you don't want to accord with that when you're dating, you for sure don't need to get married, because to your point, it's just going to be amplified, because now we locked in, and so what? Why change?
Right.
Yeah, I ain't down with that.
I don't even understand that at all. Like for me, I'm just like, isn't the point of being in love and being in a relationship, like, I don't know, being in love and being in a relationship? It just feels like that's the point. Like to be with somebody, because I'm already not with somebody. So if I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not with somebody. Because I already can do that freely now, and I don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense to me. I mean, even if you're cheating, why? We're not married. Just go be with whoever you want to be with.
Do that.
Help me understand.
There was a song back in the day that said, I can do bad by myself.
Yeah.
I don't need no help.
Need nobody else.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I could do good by myself. Because I'm doing good by myself.
I'm good. Look, while you're waiting well. You're waiting well and living single on purpose. So it's like, I'm good. I can do me. And the other thing is, bruh, once we get married, you're my emergency contact. You're supposed to answer that phone.
Right.
Like, you're my emergency contact. Answer that phone. It's you, then my mama, then my, like, you better answer that phone. I don't want to hear, unless you out there saving lives. And that's my thing. I get it. People like at work, I can realize my phone. Even though now you still technically you can just have set times playing in the day. So I get it if your job requires you to be out of pocket. I'm talking about to your point, if a guy wants you, if a man wants you, ladies, he makes time. In the dating and in the marriage.
Yeah.
He wants to be around you. He makes time. I don't care if it's on the way to the bathroom. He just ran out of a meeting. Hey, babe, want to say how you doing? He makes time. He's in the drive-through line for his 30-minute break. He makes time to check in. Just want to see how you doing. I hope all's well. I got to get back in. I can't have my phone on. He makes time. And so these are signs we're saying that in the dating, if the person is not willing to make time and prioritize your relationship, don't you keep going forward in that thing. Don't run off the cliff. Okay, we trying to build fences for y'all.
Trying to
Mm-hmm.
put some fences right here. Trying to
Trying
put
to
some
build some
fences,
fences.
y'all.
Trying to build some fences. And if you are married, here's the thing about it too. If you are married, because I would say this also shows up, guys. Because the other thing you talked about with two ships passing the night, it also shows up though when you're married to where we're having an issue where we are sitting in the same room, but I'm on my phone and you on your phone.
Mm,
So
mhm,
we're in the same room, still not connecting. And we
Mm-hmm.
both got two different algorithms on our phone. Mine's may be all about marriage and relationships and what God's telling me, and yours is all about sports. And you seeing girls with the butts and the they got all the things. Two
Mm-hmm.
different algorithms in the same house, getting
Mm-hmm.
fed two totally different things because we are these two ships passing the night. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you are married, time to bring it back in. Be
mhm.
intentional and don't be, oh, I'm too strong. I ain't submitting. Somebody got to bring it in. Somebody got to
Bring
throw
it
a
in.
flag on the
Yeah.
plate and
Yeah.
say, but let's come back together. Because we already know what happened when in the garden, when Eve was over here, da da dee da da da, and Adam was over there. We already know how the devil wants to show up and destroy this thing.
Mhm.
100%. And and that's also a sign when it starts to happen if that didn't used to be the case.
Right,
Right. And
right.
so maybe that hasn't been the case all the time, but then you start to notice that y'all drifting apart, or you
Mm-hmm.
start to notice that they're not returning your phone calls or not returning them as quickly, or every time you talk to them they're distracted, and every time they're drifting, they're rushing you off the phone. Or to your point, y'all used to sit on the couch together and chill and chat and all the things, and now everybody going to their separate corners.
Mm-hmm.
That is another, um that's another flag to be like, hey, so what's going on here. And don't just assume that it's going to resolve itself. Oh,
Right.
we're just going through we're just going. You need to address it. You need to address
Address it,
it
because
ASAP.
a lot
Yeah.
of people walked out their marriages during the pandemic that had that type of
Yes.
thing happening and avoiding dealing with the situation. And it
Mm-hmm.
can come up on you real easy. It can come up real easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I'll just drop here, and then Ebony, I'm gonna see what you got for us today.
Oh my goodness.
But
Um,
Cassandra said yes, a full conversation, a full episode.
Pastor Leggett would say that you need to, part of your kind of at the beginning of the relationship, typically within the first 30 days, you need to communicate to the man that you're dating that you expect or want him to, reach out to you at least once a day, like either call or text, like be specific
Yeah.
about what that looks like, the amount of interaction that you want with him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do that, then you're just going to get what you get. Now, he might be the type of person who wants to do that,
Yeah.
and you may not be, but you just have to be clear, and then you all can come to a place of agreement. Because I'm like, I don't need you to call me 5 times a day, PJ. But I'm like, appreciate you though. But I'm like, I only talk to my girls that much. But I'm like, just kidding. But so yeah. So anyway, all right, E, what you got for us? What you got
Listen,
for us?
yesterday years old on this whole. So when we were kind of thinking about topics, this concept of freak matching dropped into the chat. And so my initial thought was, I'm sorry, you had said what? You
Freak
you had
match?
said freak matching? Okay, because
Who
I,
would have put
I'm
that in the chat?
I wonder who would have put that in the chat.
Right.
So I'm a child of the 70s and 80s. And so
Right.
what freak means to me, my mind automatically went to like, all the things.
Right.
And so, of course, started going down this rabbit hole. And so apparently, I want to read what I
Yeah.
learned.
Mhm.
Freak matching is a trend where you share your quirks, your weirdness, your unconventional interests early in the acquaintance, early in the dating. And by early, they talking like first date.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm.
y'all been chit chatting, and then first time y'all are together, you're like, so listen, let me share a little something about myself. I like XYZ. And so that might be something unconventional. That might be something that most people don't get down with. And the whole thought process behind that is let's get it out the way. This is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I enjoy. And so I want you to know that out the gate. I feel like back in the day, it was like the opposite.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I got this little quirk about me, and I'm gonna kind of keep it on the low until I don't reel them in, and now they in too deep to bounce.
Right.
They all in love now, so they gonna stay
Right.
with I tell them.
You can put up with it.
I like to eat styrofoam, something crazy like that. But there's a whole concept of like, freak matching is just it's like I'm going to I want to find someone who is accepting of my 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 quirks or my weirdness, and maybe they got some too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to flesh this thing out a little bit. And so what I came to understand is that the freak that I was thinking, normally we think about that as somebody who's a weirdo, more someone who has, some sexual, not sexually inhibited, and not in a good way. That's kind of where our mind goes. But what this trend is like, it's not about the sex, or it's
Right.
not about those types of, interactions. It's about, I have this thing that I enjoy, or I have this thing about my character that is unconventional. And I want you to know out the gate so we can decide whether or not we are a match or we need to part ways.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts, ladies?
Well, so I mean, I knew this was going to come up. And so I did some more research, and they're actually, so when I first heard about this, I was thinking, yeah, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like Cassandra said, kind of crazy, but then again, I can kind of dig it.
Yeah.
Kind of be honest up front and all that. So then when I went digging a little deeper, I was just like, oh, okay, no, some of this not so some of this little not so good. So it was talking about how it takes it to the next level when it starts talking about like trauma dumping on the first date, or talking about your exes in detail, or sharing your sexual history, oversharing, like your family dysfunction, and
Yes.
and no emotional pacing. So it's like you're jumping to 6-month relationship conversations at you 6 minutes into the date, and now all of a sudden the person, unless the person is like freak matching too or whatever, like if they into that, but I just think it's not that you shouldn't be open and honest, but I just think some stuff needs to just slow your roll, bro. Slow your roll. Because you can become, let's just say, for example, that you share your trauma with somebody on the first date, and they receive that well. Maybe they're a therapist, or they have like that kind of listening, and they're like engaged, and they like actually have compassion and all that stuff. You can start to imagine feelings that aren't really there because of that connection. And so now we're basing our relationship on this trauma dumping and this sharing, versus actually developing time and space with each other, and sharing over time as things come out naturally, that in the way that you grow together. So there's some funny stuff. There's some, we all into Star Wars and we like to wear Star Wars masks. Okay, that's fine. But I don't need to hear about your, father abusing you with the alcohol bottle over your head on day one, probably.
Yeah, definitely, because even to Ebony's point, and like Cassandra said, I was like, oh, so for the people who consider themselves fairies, that's their thing now. Like, to find out you met another fairy, I think that would be golden for them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what happened?
Fairy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode, sis. We don't have time for that.
He's
Another
like,
episode.
Yeah, we don't got time for that one.
We got time, but there's a thing, and
The whole thing.
I only found this out because my kids in high school, there's people walking around, there's friends that are fairies with their own little eccentric, that I'm like, what now? Okay, all right. You
People
okay,
can pull
flying
your,
on special trees. It's a whole thing. But go ahead. Sorry, sis.
it's a whole thing. So, like you said, to that point, it's like, okay, that's the light and airy, and it's good for those people who feel like they can be themselves with that person, or the huge Dungeons and Dragons fan. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
great, go ahead. But that part about that trauma bonding, um, because that's what it is. It could be very either way. It's going to be wrong for you. It's going to be um, because one, if you are a woman, don't you're doing that. You may have met the guy who's going to prey on that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
You want to take that and milk it for what it's worth. You're going to be so emotionally dependent on this person who's literally just preying on you because, oh, now I know how to get her. I know what to say, what to do. And I even say that even in regular dating. If you're not dumping trauma, but ladies, if you're doing all the talking, I like this, I like that. My ex did this, he didn't do that. You're giving the guy all his
Mm-hmm.
talking points.
Roadmap.
You're giving a roadmap how to get you, pull you into where you didn't ask him nothing. You know nothing
You
about
gonna
him.
dive off the cliff too and leave you stuck like Chuck.
Stuck like Chuck. You don't know much about him at all.
Not all of them.
And when you finally give him a chance to talk, you're now so emotionally invested that you just
Yeah.
believe in everything he says now because you're
Yeah.
so emotionally invested in this thing. The other thing is, I would tell you, I've had Taylor even on Instagram. People have oh, you look cute. They want to talk. There's guys that have been like, oh man, you so pretty, man. You probably toxic, ain't you? I'm like, what? Because she's
Okay.
pretty, that means she's toxic. But they use it like it's an opening line because girls have
Yeah.
been like,
Yeah.
well, boy, I ain't really that toxic. I'm just saying I ain't gonna take no mess. Like it's
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
opening line for them.
Yes.
Not can I get those digits? That's their open. That's their open liner. Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
so daggone pretty. I bet you toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a cuteness. No, it's not. That's get your go see a therapist and deal with your issues. But don't let that be what holds you together. And unfortunately, I know a couple together right now that they have been together for years, and even when there's things that happen, they won't break up because they keep rehashing. No, I can't leave him because his dad won't there for him, and his
Mm-hmm.
mama didn't do this, and da 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 da. And I'm like, what that got to do with you?
Mm-hmm.
That was his childhood.
Right.
So now
Right.
you're excusing the mistreatment of
Right.
you in the relationship because that connection early on was he was open with me. He told me all
Mhm.
issues.
Mhm.
I didn't know I didn't know freak matching was what it came under because this
Yeah.
guy shared with me unlike any other guy before.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
so vulnerable. No,
Yeah.
sis, he learned the game that if I appear to be open
Yeah.
early on, then I
Yeah.
got her.
Yeah.
I don't have to show up I don't have to show up the way she needs me to show up because I
Mhm.
got her because she now feels sorry for me.
Because there's a difference between being transparent and being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
What he's being is transparent because he's so they're not just him, guys, girls do this too. You're so used to
Yeah.
saying it,
Yeah.
you can just say it, but you're not actually being vulnerable.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of reels you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say when I kind of set back and really kind of process like what's at the root of this,
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
what is driving people towards this, and whether it's good or bad, that things that they are sharing, I won't say good or bad because I don't, that sounds judgmental, whether it is things that I would share or not, the root of it, I think, is everybody wants to be accepted.
Yes.
Mm.
That's the root of it. Everybody wants to be accepted for who they are, and whether what you are is is okay, lack of a better term, good or bad,
Mhm.
you still want people to accept you.
Yeah.
You want to be your authentic self. You want to be able to show up how you want to show up, and whether you showing up raggedy or whether you showing up as your healed fairy self,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to show up, that's what you want to show up as, and so
Yeah.
they want to be accepted.
Mhm.
So I don't want to waste my time with someone who is not going to understand that this thing that's a part of me is a part of me. And so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what the root, all of us want to belong.
Mm-hmm.
All of us want to find our person. All of
Mm-hmm.
us want to be around folks who are not going to side eye us if we do a certain thing. And I think that's the root of it.
Yeah.
And however we're gonna get to it,
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. And so if I feel like in the past I haven't told people about my trauma until later on in the relationship, and then they left me, I'm gonna preempt that. Now I'm gonna tell everything up front.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then if they're gonna leave, then I've only lost a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus I'm invested in this relationship now, and this person doesn't accept me. Now this
Mm-hmm.
person is making me feel othered because I've shared this thing about them. That's what I think the root of it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
good.
I like that. I was gonna say I was watching a video about this, and um guy was, he was being funny or whatever, and he was talking about his interpretation of it was about sex because he's from that same era.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that he said that I thought was like, whoa, that is so good. He was talking about, he was saying, he's married, and he said that let's take it out of the sexual arena. He's like, if my wife if my wife likes something that I don't like, but that's what she wants, then I'm gonna do that because she's my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna do for me what I like because I'm her husband. And
Mm-hmm.
he's being crazy or whatever, whatever. But ultimately, what he said that I thought that was so powerful, he said, that's what love is.
Yes.
You learn someone's quirks, you learn someone's idiosyncrasies, you learn and you love them in spite or regardless of those things. But when you're trying to like manufacture this connection because you all have these certain things in common, often I didn't even think about this till now, you will leave out the really critical things that you need to have in common because y'all both fairies or whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You don't have the same values. You
Yes.
don't have
Yeah.
the same believes in money. You don't have the same, thing, belief about God or whatever. Like your values are
Right.
different, but you both fairies or you both whatever, like Star Wars and wear the
Yeah.
helmets and whatever. Like
She said,
it becomes, it's like you miss the important for the superficial,
Yes.
and then you still feel unloved for real
Yes.
because that's not who you are. That's just part of your persona
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
personality. You know what I'm saying?
but that's exactly what that, and that's exactly what, excuse me, Cassandra said in the chat. We focusing on this stuff over here, and it overshadows the natural chemistry. It
Yeah.
overshadows the natural learning about one another that comes when you are, excuse me, interacting with each other appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
When you both bring forward this this kind of idiosyncrasy or this unconventional trait, you are so hyper focused on the fact that, oh, I found a fellow fairy. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't found anyone who is down for fairies as much as I am. And so now you hyper focus on this, and you're not even seeing the fact over here that this person is got anger issues.
Yes.
You're not focusing on the fact over
Right,
here that this
right,
person,
right.
like, don't return your phone calls, or this person over here got all kind of collateral damage from their last relationships. Like, you're not seeing any of this because, oh, I finally found someone that I can connect with in this way that no one else has connected with me.
Right.
It ain't it's
Yeah,
that's a bad deal.
it's a bad
That's a
deal.
bad deal. You're going off the cliff.
For
Even
sure.
God doesn't reveal all of himself to us
Come on now.
in time. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's because that's the relationship part. Is
Yeah.
spending time day by day learning and growing together. That's why being passing, ships passing in the night is so dangerous because you're
Yeah.
not actually growing together. You're
Mm-hmm.
growing in other ways. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping it up. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had one question that I was going to ask you, but I'm going to ask you the different question that y'all don't know that I'm going to ask you.
Bruh.
Oh goodness.
This is going to be so much fun.
Oh
And
my.
you all in the chat, y'all can answer too. If a man proposes to a woman and she says, I need to think about it. What is his next step? Is that bad that she wants to think about it? Does it mean something other than she just needs a couple of days? Or should he be like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, listen, most women know within several dates if
Speak the
they
truth.
think about that joker as their man. Like we know. Unfortunately, sometimes we've already picked out the bridesmaid's dress.
Mhm.
We know where we want it at with the cake. We know what pastor we want to do premarital counseling. Like so they've been in a relationship that I would say it must have been for a length of time. For
I
where
don't
he
know that. I don't
right,
know. They didn't have that context, but this
right, they didn't
actually
have the
did happen.
contact. But I'm like, most men are not just going to propose if they
Mm-hmm.
don't, because when a man knows, he knows. So
Mm-hmm.
if sister girl's saying, "Let me think about it," that means there's
Mm-hmm.
been so many red flags that she's ignored along the way,
Mm-hmm.
and now and not even ignored. She excused.
There you
Mhm.
go. There you go.
She excused along the way,
Yeah.
and it could
Mhm.
be too. She never, spoke up clearly to her
Mm-hmm.
expectations. She's a people pleaser, or she realized that. Well, you do have some of the good qualities. You are a good man. Her family that met you. Everybody thinks you're a good man. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to just go ahead and stay with him because I'm either of a certain age or I just heard everybody say he's a good man. But he's not fulfilling certain things in me that I need.
Cassandra just got to the point. She
Yeah.
like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
you just saying too many. You just making up. You adding stuff.
I'm
What's
just
your bro do?
like he needs to go ahead and
Yeah.
go back to K Jewelers, return that ring,
Yeah. Yes.
do
So
some time
they're not
grieving,
aligned.
do some
Huh?
grieving, and
They're
go
not
ahead.
aligned. They're not
Yeah,
aligned.
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that's the long and short of it. Like if y'all have been having conversations about, let me back up. Every relationship where there is a future, y'all having conversations about your future.
yes,
You're having
Mhm.
conversations about what married life is going to look like, how many kids you want to have. You're having those conversations.
mm-hmm.
And a woman is going to have those conversations emphatically if she is bought in.
Yes.
And if you propose to this woman and she says she got to think about it, one of y'all was talking and somebody won't listen. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mm.
Somebody there was some disconnect there because
Yeah,
that's not, a woman is going to tell you where she is on that without a doubt. So
yeah.
somewhere along the line, he missed the cue that they weren't on the same page, and so I would not propose again for sure.
So, do you think, since you are both, do you think you can be in love with someone, want to marry them, but still need time because it is a big decision?
Yes, I think that you can still need time, and y'all are also talking about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are, when you're talking about your future, you're also talking about timelines.
Yeah.
You're
Mhm.
also talking about, like, when we think it's appropriate, what needs to happen before we get there. Where are you on this? Are we aligned?
Yeah.
And if she's like, yeah, I need more time, he should have known that. He should
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
known that. So
Yeah.
again, somewhere along the line, he won't listen. He done blinked or something.
Yeah. And to me, that means he also somebody that loves to do love bombing. That girl has been saying
Hmm.
stuff all along, and he just love
Mm.
bombs her.
Yeah,
Mm.
They have not
yeah,
had a full conflict and a full resolution. They've not reconciled nothing. And she's like, listen, it's great you want to bring me the flowers, but I'm still stuck on issue one. I mean, we done
Mm.
had 11 issues show up. Love bombing me. You keep doing these grandiose gestures because I did say to you, I
Woo!
do eventually want to be married,
Something
but
wrong with
you
her.
We ain't resolved nothing. We ain't resolved nothing, bruh. So, it's not her saying, "Oh my God, did you ask my dad first?" Like, there's a tradition you
Right.
need to ask my dad. And to
Right.
his
No,
point,
no,
there's
she
a
was just like, "No, I need time."
right.
This
And
was
to
a
his
literal thing that happened.
right, and to his point, we've talked about this. I know we know that there's been conversation because saying I do today, she could have said yes, and then we're gonna plan the wedding. We're gonna set the date for 2 years away.
That's yes.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking that.
And you
Yes.
can say yes, but set the date for 2 years away because we're gonna do premarital counseling. We need to save up money. Like, cause some people do get overwhelmed when they start thinking about, I ain't got the money to buy and pay for the. Okay, that's no, but you still say yes in that moment.
Hmm.
Because, like I said, I think I said on the last episode, no girl wakes up saying, "Oh, I want to be somebody's baby mama."
Hmm.
They practice in their wedding when they got the little dolls. You already
Hmm.
practiced as a little girl. You know what you want to do. And there's had to have been some conversation. So he
Hmm.
won't listen.
Yeah.
Somewhere you won't listen.
Yep.
And unfortunately, she may have had another option. Somebody else may have been sliding to those DMs, talking a whole lot better than you've been talking, bro. May
Hmm.
not even spent the dime on her yet, but she's getting something from another situation, possibly. I'm just saying. But yeah, you need to run.
All right. So y'all want me to throw this last one at you?
Oh,
Go
sure.
ahead. We on the road now.
All right, here we go. How much input should your man or your husband, man slash husband, have in what you wear out of the house? How much input, if any, should your man have with telling you yes, no on what you wear out?
Put me in, coach.
Her lips are all pursed and stuff. You
Put me in,
want to
coach.
go first? Give her some time.
Put, put me in, coach.
Put you in. Go in. You in,
Ready.
coach. You in. You in.
Okay. So I think that this is nuanced for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you and your husband have a healthy relationship, and you know that he respects you, he trusts you, all the things, then yes, he should have input. And as a wife, you should respect his input. If you know that your husband, y'all got bigger issues, you know, he's controlling, he's jealous, he's, those type of things, then that's an issue y'all need to address,
Mhm.
because what you wear ain't the
Mhm.
issue.
Exactly.
If every time you leave the house, your husband is like, why you got that on? Where you going? Who
Mhm.
you going to see? It's not about what you're wearing. It's about some other issue that's not resolved.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I know that, for Michael, I, there's some stuff I'm just not going to wear out the house by myself. There are
Yes.
things that I wear when I'm out with him because I know he likes, and there are things that I wear that I wouldn't wear. Those same things I wouldn't wear if I was out by myself, right?
Mhm.
And if I got on something and he's like, bound, I don't know about that, whether I like it or not, I'm gonna change it because
Mhm.
he's my man.
Yeah.
On period,
Mhm.
you know. And so I think that, he should have. I think husbands should have a say. Cassandra own one tonight.
Yes.
I think you should. I think husbands should. If y'all have a healthy relationship, then you should respect each other's opinions about that. That's my thought.
Oh.
If we're dating, I'm with Cassandra Zilch. You should hush your mouth. Did you buy this? Okay, I didn't think so. Um, but definitely marital relationship. I'm right there with you. E. There's certain things that when it's date night, I'm dressing for my man, my man, my man.
Period.
Okay, it's date night. We outside, and he
Right.
wants to have his Halle Berry slash Anita Hall on his arm when we outside. He's
Mm-hmm.
not looking for me to come outside looking like the PTA mom that I am during the day.
Mhm.
Yes.
Nobody wants to go out there. And unfortunately, a lot of times we get into marriages and we become comfortable. And then you wonder why on his Instagram feed, there's a bunch of people looking like
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce. Now we know there's filters, but he's sick and tired of you not dressing like you did when you was dating. So when we go out on the date night, I'm dressing for him. And to that point, when I'm with him, that's what I'm wearing. We together. I ain't out here shopping. I'm with my man.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is my husband don't say much of anything outside of what I'm wearing because that's just not how we wired. And he knows I respect him, that I ain't gonna do nothing wear nothing crazy. Um and I'm not aware. Let me please. That's right.
He on 10,000.
Yeah.
No, because there are things, listen, especially if he knows we're going to church. If I'm in the house, for instance, adjusting a shirt too many times, he'll say, babe, you probably don't want to wear that. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
he knows I'm not going to want to be out there. If I got to go get a safety pin to keep this to cover the girls, babe, you just go ahead and change it. You know,
Yeah.
you might want to go ahead and change it. But I've heard women on the opposite end where the husband is dictating very much so everything. They're with them at the store. Yes, no. They're demanding the bra and underwear must match. What? You know how much my bra costs? It must match. Okay. There's a lot more demand. And to E's point, there's bigger issues there. There's deeper issue there than just the attire or whatever. Now, I understand certain situations. If you are the first lady, aka Dr. Carrie, who I love her style.
I didn't even.
I'm just saying because people have been all over the social media. They even what's her name? Tamara Hall.
Tamara Hall
had them on the show too because a lot of people like, oh, the dress she had on, she should know better. She's a first lady. Da 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 da. The husband bought the dress. The husband bought the dress, and they was not in church on the pulpit. They was outside. So you've had mixed reviews all about that, all about it. And so I do know there are concerns when you are of certain stature or you carry certain mantles, how you present yourself in the world in any areas of life. Go ahead, Lo.
Put me in, coach.
Go for it. Swing.
So, I was not planning to bring this up, but you brought it up. So now we're going to talk about it for a minute. So, and the reason that is because this question actually came from that situation. Okay. So I was in the threads and people, this, especially when it was first happened, where people were, talking. And then there was this other pastor who talked about it at his church.
Down the pulpits.
And I was really bothered by that. Because I'm, that's a different topic for a different day. But basically, I said in my comment, I said, if he really cared about them, he would have called him privately because he knows his number. He can get his number. They all think, and he would just say, hey, son, brother,
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I really couldn't care less if she's a first lady or not, because that don't really mean nothing to me. What does mean something to me is if you're a Christian. So it don't matter what your position is. And here's my thought. Do with it what you will. I heard, he bought the dress. And the whole point of the dress, those style of dresses, is for you to look nude. That's why they make them like that, because that's sexy.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you are nude. It just means the point of it is for you to look nude. And from my perspective, I just don't know that you went to God and was like, you know what, God, I think I'm going to go out here and look nude so I can create a whole stir around the fact that I just wasn't in church. I just feel like God would have been like, no, I think you need to just wear that at home. Because it's cool at home. But we represent someone.
Yeah.
And he says, avoid the very appearance of evil. And those dresses are made to look evil. That is the point of those dresses. And so, was she cute? She's cute. I think she's a beautiful woman. But that's not the point. And can we talk about where the stuff was highlighted, though?
Yeah.
Right.
That was my issue.
The point of the dress.
Yeah, that was my issue.
Is that. And so, now, of course, I mean, obviously, whether he bought the dress or not, he was okay with her wearing it because he took out with it. He didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
He don't seem like the kind of guy who wouldn't say something if his wife was doing something he didn't like.
Oh yeah, he speak on it.
So that wasn't my issue. Is that as Christians, there's never a place that we go that we're not a Christian. It doesn't matter that you're not in the pulpit. It doesn't matter that you're not at church. God's not like, hey, well, you cool because you weren't at church. That's not how God is. And that's my thing. And so in the comment, and this is how this question came up, someone was saying that because the pastor was saying he should have told his wife not to wear it, but then he found out that he's the one who bought it. And the woman in the comments was saying why he can't tell her what to wear anyway, because he's not her daddy, and all she went on the whole thing. And my comment was, if your husband is the head of the household, then as a Christian, we're in submission to that.
Yeah.
You may not always like the things that your husband asks you not to do or asks you to do. Obviously not things against God's will.
Right.
Yeah.
But if his discernment is saying, you know what, babe, this, we can do this at home though. We can you wear that every day at home. But we're not gonna, then you do have a responsibility. And it's not even like you have an option. God is not like, oh, you have an option. If your husband is a godly husband, and even God doesn't even really say that, he says he needs to be,
right.
But submission, and we've had several episodes about it.
Go watch them.
Is about our relationship. Yeah, go watch it. Submission is about our relationship with God and our submission to him.
Yeah.
And therefore our submission to his son. And so, the best thing is not to just don't wear anything that your husband. You should know him unless y'all just kind of freak matched, and then you may not know. But if you know him, then you kind of know how he feels about certain things. So just wear that with him, and keep the rest.
Yeah, that was
all
good.
Right, good people. Was that fun? Did y'all have fun? I had fun. Did y'all have fun?
It was good.
It was good.
I love it.
And I love that I learned some new terminology. I feel a little bit more hipper now. Like, oh my goodness.
I feel way hipper because I was totally not hip.
I feel like I'm glad I ain't in these streets because it's crazy.
I feel like I'm in these streets. So
because right now this is making me think. It was weird. We were at a Victor's. We was at a cookout a few years ago, and one of Victor's cousins, but he's an uncle like age, came over, was like, "Girl, you got some big feet. I love women with big feet." Was he what? Something I'd never been told in my life. I like to hide these things. And now I'm like, he out there freak matching.
Shut up.
He down there in Florida. He always got a different woman. When I tell you, and that brother is probably in the store looking at the woman with the flip flops. Because his mom always says, "Ain't no food like an old food." Because he keep having different women. He out there freak magic because of the feet. Lord have mercy.
Lord, we are signing off.
We are signing off. All right, good people. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We really appreciate you. Cassandra, nice to have you with us.
Yes.
Remember, we just relaunched last week. We had our 3-year anniversary, and I happened to have some internet issues. If you're on there and I disappear all of a sudden, I call it my bewitched moment. And so, and I never came back, but the girls held it down. And so we just want to remind you that we are going to be really, really focusing hard on things like this, things that single women are dealing with in their life, their love, and preparing for marriage. Going forward, we will be live on the 4th Tuesday of the month only, unless we have a special occasion. 4th Tuesday of the month. The rest of the episodes will be recorded, but we will be premiering them. So that means we will be in the chat with you, addressing the different issues, chatting with you. So please don't stop showing up on Tuesday at 6:15. And on our Go Live Tuesday, which is today, then you can send us questions, comments, conversation. I love all that was going on in the chat. Another change is that we're not going to have a hiatus because we're going to be recording in advance. So we don't need to take that break off. So, there will be no break we still have seasons, but there'll be no break in the flow. And so we really appreciate you joining us as we relaunch and really try to impact women, single women for the kingdom in this world. because you don't need another rescue plan. You need wisdom that keeps you from falling in the first place.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you got that tonight, as well as some laughs. And so we appreciate you. We'll see you next week. And until next time, make choices that will help you live, love, and marry wiser. God bless you.